Not anymore. My lack of post-trauma is going to stop me from my future growth. Yes, not anymore. I know I'm powerful. I know I'm overcoming. I know I'm a positive. I know I'm loved. And yes, not anymore. I'm dope. Dedicated to other people's empowerment. I love my dopeness, and so should you.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I thank you for tuning in today. This is your host, Shin Gadan, and we are here today for the Small Business Fair. And today we have April in the building. How are you doing today?
I am wonderful, wonderful queen. Thank you for having me.
That is excellent, excellent. So tell us, how did you come onto this? I call it the authorship journey, the
Like from the
entrepreneur,
beginning,
the
from the
authorpreneur.
beginning. My journey started with violence. To be honest with you, I started. I kept a journal during my time of my life with domestic violence, and I birthed my first book from that, and I landed here. All roads lead back here.
All over directed. So how many books are we into now? What are we like book 7?
Ooh, Jesus. I, I have two personal books that are out, and I have a plethora of co-author books. I think it's about with the one I'm working on with you currently, maybe about six co-author books I've been a party of.
Now,
Yeah.
during this writing, you said it started with domestic violence. So, do you feel that that is what paved the way to just getting you on the mission of sharing your story?
I actually did not want to share my story. I did not. I felt like nobody want to hear me. I'm like this ghetto girl from the projects, and nobody give a. Uh, I ain't gonna curse, but nobody give a care about what happened in my life, and I was absolutely wrong. Um, a coach, my coach told me that
Let me find out. It wants to freeze today. Sorry, guys. I think she froze on us today.
Not anymore. Yes, I was a broken woman. Yes, I didn't love me. Yes, I decided to settle for what wasn't best for me. Yes, I was in a toxic relationship. Guess what? Not anymore. I have grown from the broken pieces. I have learned to love me when no one else loved me. I have learned that I will never settle for in my life or my peaceful atmosphere. I have learned the difference between love, lust of a good relationship. Yes, I wasn't perfect, but I learned to work on my mind, my body, and my soul connections. Yes, I have allowed the wrong spiritual around me. Now I've learned about the not allowing the negative energy around me. Yes, I've been down the road of destruction. Now I've learned how to not move by emotion, but by the spirit of my faith and purpose. Not anymore, my fears will not keep me from being a better version of me. Not anymore, my toxicness will stop me from loving myself or trusting others in my peaceful place. Not anymore, my lack of post-trauma is going to stop me from my future growth. Yes, not anymore. I know I'm powerful. I know I'm overcoming. I know I'm a positive. I know I'm loved. And yes, not anymore. I'm dope. Dedicated to other people's empowerment. I love my dopeness, and so should you.
Well, before you was rudely frozen.
I know. I was like, wait a minute, what happened? Ain't nothing but the devil.
Absolutely.
Every
Now,
time you got a message, you be trying to put a monkey in the
right, just booted you. I said, wait a minute, did she freeze?
I was like, did I lose you?
It was literally, it just had you frozen. And so I was like, well, I'll go to commercial. Now
No,
tell the people. Now you said you didn't want to write and then you
I
froze.
didn't want to share my story.
Got you.
I actually had a journal, but well, I was dealing with mental health issues as a result of what I had done been through. I didn't know that at the time, but I had started by counselor suggested I keep a journal, because I was dealing with recurring nightmares and such, and I just deal with because I've always been a writer. I've always liked poetry and literature, and so I just on a whim I turned my journal into I was just writing and turning it into a book, but I wasn't going to publish it. I just did it for me, just for my healing process. And I came across a coach, and she was like, "Oh no, we got to do something with this. Like, yeah, we finna put this out here." And she helped me get it together, and I birthed it, and after that, it was all uphill.
So for the future entrepreneurs, what advice would you have for them?
Go for it. Um, Self sabotage is one of our biggest enemies. We always feel like nobody want to hear our story, nobody's going to read our books, and we're not going to make an impact. Stop. Just do it. Like Nike. Just do it. Because somebody needs to hear your voice. Somebody needs to hear your story. Your story needs to be read by somebody. Somebody's looking for what you got, basically.
Absolutely. What do you feel is like one of your biggest challenges going through this process?
Self sabotage.
Self-sabotage.
I I deal with PTSD. I have anxiety disorder, I have panic attacks, and anxiety is my biggest, my biggest roadblock because I feel I self sabotage all the time. Like, is this good enough? Am I good enough? Am I gonna reach? People gonna want to see it, or and social media will have you thinking nobody is listening or looking at you, because
Right.
people will look at your stuff and don't like it, so you feel like, oh, I'm not getting enough attention, but they are looking, they are watching, they are.
Absolutely. And a lot of times that be our thing. Like we don't see the likes or the shares, and it's like, oh well, nobody's paying attention. But it's a
You
lot of people
start
that's quiet,
backpedaling,
and it's a lot of people that's quietly listening, looking, and paying attention.
watching.
And we don't
Yes,
and watching. And it's like, yeah, they're watching. Like I'm a proof that they're watching because I had somebody tell me they was watching me on my podcast. They might have not been saying nothing. They might have not hearted it, liked it, put a comment, but they like, I watched your show every time you're on, and I helped them to become unbroken and healed. So they're watching.
I had a similar incident. I did the Black Authors Weekend, and I was at my table, and then a lady came and she was talking to another author, and she walked by my booth. She was like, "You wrote that book?" And I was like, "Yes." And she pulled up her Amazon and was like, "I've been wanting to meet you. I got your book." And I was like, "Say word." I got a real fan out there. Like,
Yeah.
I was flabbergasted. Like, I'm like, "Girl, say word, you ain't girl. Don't make me out here do the holy dance in the street." Cause I'm like, and she had traveled from another state. Like, she
Right.
came that weekend, like she came in town for that purpose to come to the Black Authors Weekend. I was like, "Girl, you better be out here support me," and I ain't know.
And it's the small things, like you never know, and it's crazy, like it's really crazy because we do have fans, we just don't know, we know they out there,
Yes,
but
but cause somebody
sometimes,
buying the books, you know.
right, right, but to like and it's crazy because the ones that we least expected, you're like, I got a fan. What happened? So
Absolutely.
yeah, they're there. So what is happening next for Miss April? What's up next? Are you writing any more of your own compilation books?
I am,
And
but
when are
I
they
took
coming?
I took a sabbatical, you guys. I've been out for about almost a year or so. I just had two major surgeries. I tore my Achilles, so I was unable to do anything for like 3 months. And I also started a weight loss journey. And you guys, to this day, I have lost 39 pounds. So, right, I shedded a whole human.
Listen, I'm telling you. But what the thing about that is though, a lot of times that's the hardest thing to shed though. It because it's like
I
once
was
it's
just
on, it don't come off. It be
want to
like,
come off.
listen,
It does not.
you gotta
And
go.
yeah, so I've been in the process of healing. So I just started back getting myself to where my mental capacity can afford to heal and write because I couldn't do both.
Right.
My strength was
Right.
non-existent. So I'm able to get back into the swing of things. I'm also I went back to class. I'm getting I'm being certified as a life and health coach. So yes, I'm doing that, and I gotta I'm starting up my podcast again. It's called Hey Fat Girl. So I don't even see my little post all on social media saying "Hey Fat Girl," and it's not FAT, it's PHAT because
PhD.
we all know we hot and sexy around these things, and it's just I'm trying to motivate other women to get out of the mentals, out of their own mental way because, like I said, sexy starts in the mind.
Right.
So once we change our mindset about what it is that we see, because even though I've lost weight, I still see myself as the fat girl. I still see the
Right.
fat girl. And everybody be like, oh my God, you're so small. I'm looking at them like, yeah, no, I'm not. But I'm just trying to motivate other people just to see themselves like I had to learn how to see myself.
Right.
But yeah, I'm also writing as well. I have a book that I'm trying to finish. I'm at the cusp of being complete. It's the second version of my original book. My original book is called Mercedes Closet: Keeping Deadly Secrets. This second version is called Mercedes Closet: Lust, Lies, and Deadly Entanglements. Uh, and I also have I got two other books that I'm working on besides that. So my hands are kind of full.
Listen,
Um,
y'all better watch out because Mercedes Closet is coming.
and I have one that's called Mr. Big and one that's called Sneaky Link. So I'm in the lab. I'm working. I'm trying to get it.
I love it. I love it because during this process of you're healing and you're growing, so it's like the stages and as it comes, you have to let it flow, and you got to put it down on paper or in that computer,
Listen,
and like you said, you're in the lab, so a lot of times we might have about 7 books in the lab, but we have to take them out coarsely and when it's
yes.
on its own timing.
I have two notebooks full of things that ready to be written, and every time I get an idea, I jot it down because I don't want to forget it. So I got enough to keep me busy for a while. So I'm just trying to birth and get a process because I don't want to work for nobody for the rest of my life. So I'm trying to set myself up to work for me and retire, and just solely focus on writing and doing my coaching stuff because I'm getting older and I just want to spend time with my grandkids.
Absolutely. So tell them a little bit about your first 2 books so that they can know a little bit
Okay.
about who it is and who Mercedes is and the things about those things. And I'll give you that 5 minutes and I'm gonna dip out while you tell them about that.
You gonna believe me? You gonna believe? I just play. Well, my first book is called Mercedes Closet: Keeping Deadly Secrets. That is my fictional version of my life with domestic violence. I am Mercedes. It doesn't just have a story about me. I collaborated other characters as well. So I have a middle class um, relationship. I have another high school relationship that's also in the book, and they deal with that with their course of domestic violence and how it affects other relationships, not just mine. So it is a good read and it's very insightful. And I will give a trigger warning. So if you guys have dealt with domestic violence or anything of sexual assault like that, I would suggest that you guys, if you're reading it and it becomes too much for you, put it down. And then try to pick it back up, but finish it to the end because it is a powerful story. And I did that, and I did the co-author thing. So I decided I wanted to go down another path, and I dabbled with paranormal romance. So my second book I did on my own. It's called Queen of Darkness. It is my African American version of the Dracula story, and I think it'll be very insightful. And if you guys like paranormal romances, check it out. It's a wonderful read. It's a quick read. I've had people that read it in a couple of days and they enjoyed it, and they was like, "When the second book coming out?" Because that book is going to be a series because it has to be continued at the end. So you guys love a good non-scary scare. Check it out. And again, I have Mercedes Closet 2 coming out soon. I'm at the cusp of finishing it, wrapping it up. So hopefully before the year is out, that one will be on the shelves as well. I don't have a release date for that yet because I'm still in the process of finishing it up. But as soon as I finish it, you guys will know. And I will give you right where to pick that up when it's ready.
I'm excited. I'm excited because I'm telling you that book is good, y'all. Y'all better not miss it. I'm telling you. I read both of them. Y'all better get y'all copy. Hashtag Mercedes Closet. And that's probably why I keep saying that you got a boutique because
Yeah.
the title of your book. That's what that is.
That's also the name of my nonprofit too.
See that could be why. So tell the people about your nonprofit as well, like what you do and what made you decide to do the nonprofit as well.
Like I said, I'm a survivor of domestic violence as well as a sexual assault. My nonprofit is geared to LGBTQ survivors of both sexual assault and domestic violence, as well as trans violence and other violence that we face in the LGBTQ community. I do. We have a program that we assist people who have to flee in the middle of the night. Like set them up in a hotel so they can find somewhere safe to go for a couple. We put them up for a couple of days. We also have a virtual support group that we do every second Saturday of the month, and we're opening up another program that we are in the. It's like in the labor delivery stage. We're trying to get it together, and we're trying to just bring awareness to our community and that we're here. Like you don't have to suffer in silence. We do suffer in silence a lot, and with our domestic violence thing that we have, we gave sexual assault kits to like local hospitals, Grady Hospital. We gave them to Gwinnett County Special Victims Unit. The kits include things like change of clothing, toiletries, a bare handwritten notes from other survivors. It's pen and paper in there, just little things to help you get over just not feeling so by yourself, because we want them to know that they have a voice and their voice matters and they are not alone. So those are the things that we do as far as Mercedes Closet is concerned.
Amazing, amazing. So tell the people how to connect with you, how to work with you, how to buy your books.
I am all across social media. I am on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at author April M. Jackson Hunter. I am on X as Mercedes Closet, and you can find my website at www.aprilmjacksonhunter.com. And you can just Google my name if you want to know what it is that I do. Just Google April M. Jackson Hunter, and I come up.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. As always, it's always a pleasure to have April in the building. It's always a pleasure to have her share her thoughts and gems. And I'm telling y'all, she's a gem. I've known her for several years now.
You've been
April
rocking.
has has been in the building. I thank y'all for tuning in to the Small Business Fair. As always, this have been your host, Sheena Gadon, better known as the Lady Behind the Mask. You know, you can find me on
Yes.
Facebook as Sheena Gadon. You can find me on Instagram at Lady Behind the Mask 22. You can find me on my website at www.sheenamastermotivation.com. And let me tell you, hashtag turn your pain into purpose will be out in October. We will
Yes.
definitely see y'all later.